here again, and
What
today
up,
I'm
people?
going to teach
J.A.B
you guys
again,
how to
and
ollie
today I'm
in
going to
one
teach
day.
you guys
Let's get
how to
started.
ollie in one day.
So
Let's get started.
With these steps and techniques, you can ollie in one day if you just put that work into it. Some of you won't be able to do this in one day because everybody progresses at different rates, but the majority of you will be able to. Some tricks are easier for other people. Today I'm going to teach you all my tips, tricks, and all my secrets on how to ollie. When you're doing an ollie, there's a few steps you want to practice. So first I go through the foot positioning, and then I'll show you those steps. For the foot positioning, you want your back foot here, the balls of your foot, to be on the tail like that, on the very end of the tail. You want your front foot, when you're beginning, you want it to be right behind the back bolt over there. And yeah, so once you get really good at ollies, you can like move it further back, obviously like halfway here. Because the reason why you put it further back is you get more sliding time, and that slide is actually what brings the board up. So now that you've got your foot position, time to go into the steps. So I'm going to give you a few steps, and you just need to practice these separately, and then at the end you put them all together. So the first step is popping. What you want to do is get into the foot position that you're supposed to have and just practice going like that. Now do 10 pops, and then after you've done 10 pops, ride around the court, because before you learn how to ollie, you want to be able to ride properly. And now, by riding, I mean be very comfortable on your board and be able to ride reasonably, mumbling. You want to be able to ride reasonably well. So, what I mean by reasonably well, I'll show you two examples of good riding and non-good riding. So, yeah. So, non-good riding means you push like this, flat-footed, and you push like that. And that's still riding. That's okay if you're just beginning. But before you want to ollie, you want to be able to like ride at least something like this. Obviously, the better you can ride, the more comfortable you are with your board and the more control you have, so it'll be easier. So if you can ride like what I'm about to show you, then this should be easier for you. So I've done a how to ollie video in the past, but this one is more detailed, and this one has like a lot more tips and secrets, because obviously I've been ollieing for a lot longer and skating for a lot longer. I know more about it now, and more like things which will help you if you have problems. So once you've done the pop 10 times, and then you've rid around a whole court once, or at least like back and forth like 2 parking spaces, the next step you want to practice is a slide. So foot behind the bolts again, and just practice sliding. When you slide, don't slide flat-footed. You can slide with your foot on an angle like that. So that's okay, but the more angled it is, the better. And you'll slide from behind the bolt up to like about the nose. Because the slide is what brings the board up. So you got the pop, which pops the board up like this. So it goes like this. The slide carries the board up. And then once you got the slide, you kind of like push it out, or just level it out by pushing it a little bit down. Don't just go boom, because that's going to land heavy. And you most likely are just going to go like that, and it's not good ollie, it doesn't look good. So slide, just pop behind the bolt, slide to the top of the nose. Don't obviously slide off, because that's a different trick. That's an ollie north, or not even an ollie if you don't land that. But yeah, so slide up to the nose, and then just go like that. So you got the pop, brings the board up, the slide, and then you obviously want to lift the back foot. If not, you're just gonna pop slide, and it's not gonna go anywhere. It's just gonna go like that. So it's just gonna rock. Now, the important thing at the end is leveling the board out. So I don't know how you can explain this. You just have to watch me do it. But I kind of pop, slide, but while I'm sliding, I kind of slide like that. I don't just go. I kind of slide it up and kind of level it out. It's hard to explain. So you got the pop, which brings the board up like that. You got the slide, which brings the board up. And while you're sliding, it should kind of go like that, if you're sliding properly. Because when you're sliding, because your foot's on an angle like this, you kind of come up and then you just go flat. So once you got to the top, you just flatten your foot out. So you're up here, you scrape to the top, and then you just flatten out. And obviously you've got to lift your back foot, because if you don't lift your back foot, you're just going to do this. So lifting the back foot is important, but obviously don't do this like that, because that's not going to work. You just want to lift it slightly, and it kind of goes with the board. Now, another step which will help you with timing if you haven't got your timing down is, this may look silly, but it helps a lot. Alright? So what you do is you stand off your board and you just do this. That also helps build up your quads, which will help you with your pop and stuff. And yeah, when you're up in the air, when you're jumping, don't jump flat-footed. Bend your foot like that in the air, like this. Because that's perfect timing to when you're on the board, so that will help. So in between these steps, pop 10 times, right around. Slide 10 times, right around. Then just do a pop and a slide at the same time like this. Then right around. Then do the jumping motion which I just showed you, then right around. Then once you've done all that, you just kind of do the pop slide again, but this time lift your foot. So pop slide, but lift your foot with the timing of the jump, and you should be able to do it. So an ollie has only got a few steps. Pop slide lift, 3 steps. So it's pretty easy. Once you got it, you got it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where once you do it, you're like, oh, I got this. I know how to do it now. It's just timing, all about timing. The steps are pretty easy, it's just timing. Eventually, over time, you'll be able to do it all the time because you get the timing right, and it'll help you with other tricks. Now, before you learn other tricks, you want to be able to ollie, because the ollie is foundation for other tricks like kickflip. It's not really pop shell because it's a scoop, so it's foundation for kick flips, front side, back side 180, heel flips, all of that involves at least part of the ollie. So this is a really good trick to get down. Once you learn how to ollie, you can pretty much do it off anything if you learn how to do it while moving. What I was talking about with the riding, getting comfortable with riding, is that once you're really comfortable with riding, riding and ollie, you just put them together, ride and ollie. The more comfortable you are ollieing and more comfortable you are riding, the easier it will be to ollie while moving. Now once you get ollieing while moving down, you'll be able to ollie off stairs, drops, you'll be able to ollie up things. It'll be easy, and you'll be having a really good time. So I'll show you a few ollies right now, so you get kind of what a good ollie should look like. And yeah. This is from the bolt. Bolts. And then once you get better, foot in the middle of the board. Now, when you're skating, tight trucks kind of help with flat ground tricks, but not so much if you're like going down hills and stuff, because loose trucks follow your body weight. But when you're learning, the riding helps with your balance once you learn how to ride, which kind of helps you when you land on this, because then you have more balance. If you don't have any balance, you're going to go like that when you land, so you'll land like this. And you'll kind of lean back, and then it goes like this and kind of rocks like that. So that could be a problem with, like, you just need to loosen and tighten your trucks, or it's just your balance. But yeah, another problem if you're ollieing and it kind of lands like that, or like that, is you're using the wrong part of your foot. Which part of the foot you should be using, and you will ruin your shoes. You'll get 2 marks here from ollies. Skateboarding will definitely ruin your shoes. You'll go through shoes like nothing. If you get cup sole like what I'm wearing now, they last a lot longer, but they're harder to break in and you don't feel the board as much. Vulcanized don't last as long, but you can feel the board a lot better. These are my new shoes. As you can see here, there's 2 holes here. They're known as the ollie hole. Now that is what you should be getting on your shoe. If you're sliding with this part, that's the part which is good, because your board will come up like this. And because you're sliding in the middle there, and it's the middle of your foot, you kind of got more control and you land. When you're sliding with this part of your shoe, which you should be using for kick flips, so if you're sliding like this, the board is, if you're sliding forward like that, or with your heel, if you're sliding like with your heel, like that, it's going to bring the board and it's going to go like that, because it's kind of what you need for a heel flip. If you're going to slide with the front of your foot up like that, it's going to slightly land back like that. So if you don't slide with the middle of your foot, the board's going to land either like that, so it's not going to land right and it's going to be harder to land. Another thing with ollies is you want to be flow. Don't be too tense with your ollies, because if you be too tense, you're going to land heavy, it's going to be harder, they're not going to be as clean, and they don't look as smooth. When you first start ollieing, your ollie's only going to be baby, they're going to be like this, but over time, your legs are going to build up. And your legs are going to get more stronger and stronger, you'll have more pop in your legs, and you'll be able to pop harder and come up. With your foot, if it's on the back, if it's like hanging off slightly like that, it's good because you have like kind of more pop. I don't know why, but it gives you like more pop. If you have it here, then it's going to be harder and you won't have as much pop. And with your foot position, the ball of your foot should be on here. So that part of your foot should be there. And then with here, it's that part of your foot. So that's pretty much it. Now, with ollieing, your shoes, I've already said this a numerous amount of times, they're going to get damaged, so prepare for that. Skateboarding, all your gear's going to get damaged. So it ain't just those two ollie holes which are going to appear. You're going to have a mark on the back from heel flips. You're going to have, I don't know if you can see there, I've got a mark from kick flips, and kind of some of the rubber's worn off there. And your board, once you start learning grinds and stuff, this is what it's going to look like. So be prepared to ruin your gear. If I were you, I wouldn't get shoes at full price, or like you would if you're going to get really good shoes. If you're going to buy shoes at full price, make sure they're really good shoes. I kind of go for deals because I go through shoes so fast. I kind of get the ones on clearance. But yeah, like these were on clearance, so I got these. These are usually $120. I'm not going to pay $120 for shoes which are only going to last me a month. So I got these on special. My board, I only got a cheap one because with the boards, yeah, some of them are better, but the majority of boards are made from the same place. So, you know, they're pretty much the same, just different concave. They're the same strength and stuff. It's just a matter of what shape you like and what size. What I mean by size is the width of the board, which width you like. A problem which you guys might find is instead of sliding, you're pushing down. So instead of going like this and going like that, you're doing this and pushing down. Wrong, because what's going to happen is you're going to do this, do a douche. You're not going to leave the ground and go like that. You're just going to pop and then push straight down. Now that is going to set you back quite a bit, so do not do that. Just slide and flow. If you're too tense, it's not going to happen. What you want to do is squat down and come straight back up. I'll show you an example now. So what you want to do is squat and then come straight back up. What some people do wrong is they come down and then they stop and they hesitate, the legs get shaky, they're tired, and then in the end they go, oh, I'm too tired to do this. So if you just flow and go straight down and back up, all your momentum will go down into the pop and then it will just spring straight back up. So you'll be doing it like this. What should be happening is you squat down, come straight back up. What you don't want to do is go down like this and kind of go, oh. And then what you end up doing, legs tired, you end up doing really small baby ollie. Another thing which could be going wrong for you is leaning. So you could be leaning forward and you could, like that. If you lean too far back, this way, you do this. If you lean too far that way, that's what's going to happen. And if you lean too far forward, that's what's going to happen. So what you want is your body weight to be center. So you just want to come down and go up. When you squat, don't lean forward and squat. Keep your back straight, just bend your knees and come up. Like this. As you can see, I'm not doing this because that's not going to work and you probably have the board shoved straight up your ass. So another thing is that if you got white shoes, there should be a line going right across here which shows where your foot is going. Your foot should be going along the middle of the bolts here. So if there's rubber on here and that white stuff, if you don't know what it is, it's from your shoes, and that's good. It means you're doing it right. If you've got holes in your shoes, you're doing it right. If you have no marks or holes, you're not doing it right. So that was me teaching you guys how to ollie. If you want to learn anything else and watch my other video on how to ollie, that will be in a playlist in the description below. It's called How To. That's got how to clean your grip tape and things like that. So that was me teaching you guys how to ollie. Hopefully that video helped you out. I gave you all my tips, my secrets, and all the steps and right foot positions and stuff for that. I've been skating for quite a bit now, and I've got my ollies quite down. I can ollie off and onto things, and you soon will be if you follow these steps. So if you work hard and practice these steps, you'll be able to ollie in no time. Some of you will learn this in a day, because I learnt mine in a day, and I've taught a numerous amount of people how to ollie. They learnt it in a day. But there's a few people who they struggle with this trick, and obviously this trick, as I said before, some tricks are for certain people. So someone might find a pop shove easier to learn than an ollie. Yet most people find ollies easier than pop shoves. Same as kickflip and heel flip. So yeah, everybody progresses at their own rate. Eventually you'll learn the ollie. It's just a matter of time and practice. If you put the time in practice, you'll be able to do it. And yeah, till next time, peace out.